They'll want to go back to the telephone now, and Coach Luke Pruitt from the Boaz Pirates joining us tonight. Good evening, Coach Pruitt. Welcome into Scoreboard, and congratulations on an impressive win tonight for your Boaz Pirates. Now 4-1 on the year, is at home tonight, shutting out Geraldine 20-0.
Yes, sir. It was a great win tonight for our guys.
Coach, the Geraldine Bulldogs that come in, they're 4-0, ranked number 4, and a very impressive win tonight to shut out a team that's been as good offensively as Geraldine has been this year.
Yes, sir. I'm proud of the way our defense played. They were able to pitch the shutout tonight against a high scoring offense. They were very physical. Offensively, we struggled to score the first half, but we were able to get a couple of first downs and keep them pinned back. And we won the field position the first half, and that led to our first score. And we knew going into it that it was going to be very physical, but we were able to run the football enough that opened up the passing game, and we got 2 touchdown passes in the second half.
Well, Coach, that's one thing that I've noticed this year is that through the 4 wins that you've had, you've been able to be very balanced as far as your running attack, led by Presley Fant, to be able to run that play action to be effective in your passing game.
Yes, sir. We're going to rely on my offensive line and Presley. Those guys do a really good job. It takes the pressure off of Bo and, our receivers. They do a good job, and, we're proud of the way they come to work. Our wideouts block, and when it's their opportunity, they go make plays.
Well, Coach, talk about some of these guys on the defensive side that's really played well. I mean, you go back and look, take out the Scottsboro game, of course, but your defense has really played well throughout the season.
Well, it starts in the middle with our 2 senior inside linebackers, Drew Patel and Braden Bennett. Mac Dobson playing our star position outside backer. Noah Ford's another one that moved from the secondary to outside linebacker that's doing a really good job for us. Up front, you got Jaden Durden. He's a senior defensive lineman. We got some guys that rotate. Maximus Rosario plays for us inside as well. We've got Peyton Knight's a sophomore. Isaiah Watts is another sophomore. Landon Baker's another guy that rotates for us inside. Dawson Roden rose from the offensive line over far, so is Mason Yater. And then in the secondary, you've got Kabir Martinez and Levi Tucker, 2 senior corners that's returning. And Cooper Horton moved from linebacker to safety. He's done a really good job in the back end, and so is Dayton Porter as well. So those guys, did a really good job for us. And, it's kind of the second half was a tale of field position. The first half we owned field position. The second half our defense had to backed up a couple of times and did a really good job pitching the shutout.
Well, Coach, this is Phil Harris. Of course, this being your first season, of course, this program, it's used to winning. It isn't like you're having to totally rebuild, but you had a lot of moving parts coming in. Do you feel like this may have been one of your best games where everybody's kind of sort of learning the role?
The last 2 weeks, we started really fast last week at Douglas. The offense hit on all cylinders. Kind of stalled in the second half tonight. It kind of took us a little bit to get going. But, yes, our scout guys gave us a great look this week. We told them it would be very important for us, and that they were able to do that. And especially our scout offensive guys gave the defense a really good look for us. But, like I said, Geraldine's a really good opponent, and, hats off to them because it was a physical game. It was a defensive game, and we were able to put 2 in the second half.
Yeah. Well, Coach, tell me this. I mean, you're the first-year coach at Boaz. How has things gone for you so far? Have you kind of sort of fit right in? Are you getting more and more comfortable each week?
Yes, hats off to my assistants. They did a really good job. We tweaked some things, kind of did a verbiage overhaul on the offensive side. Coach Adam Keenum and our offensive staff have done a great job changing the verbiage, kind of what we've called it in the past. And we've taken some concepts that they had as well and kind of mixed it together, and that's our kids. Our kids have, it was not broke like you said, and they have been 100% in from day one. with kind of the change and the tweaks that we've done. And then on the other side, Court Coley, our defensive staff as well, we did overhaul kind of the defense, and he's done a really good job there. So, hats off to my assistants and our kids because they've done a great job making kind of the adjustments.
Coach, 4-1 with really not that experienced football team. You had 12 seniors coming back, but this team is 4-1 at this point, and coming off 2 impressive wins over Douglas last week and Geraldine this week. Should have a lot of confidence built up as you head into the last part of your region schedule, beginning with Sardis next week.
Yes, sir. We played Scottsboro earlier in the year, and once we got to watch it on tape, we saw what the things we needed to correct. Our bye week came at a really good time, and we've been able to get wins versus Douglas and tonight versus Geraldine. So you're right. We finished the first half 4-1. We want to go 5-0 the second half of our season.
Well, Coach, congratulations again to you and your staff on the win at home over the Bulldogs tonight. Boaz 20, Geraldine nothing. Thanks for spending a few minutes on Scoreboard with us tonight.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on. Thank y'all for what y'all do.
That's Coach Luke Pruitt as his Pirates win to go to 4-1.